I apologize for the people joining live on YouTube. My phone fell. But we're starting in 4 minutes. I'm going to go through some slides. So if someone is interested to actually join the presentation, we're going to post the link to the comments of joining the actual meeting. But this is also the live if you want to watch it after. Yes, we can start.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome to the webinar on how to become successful in life. And I'm really happy for Marsilda to hosting this and joining us. She's one of the entrepreneur and she's founder of Expand to Market, and she has years and years of experience in helping people how to build business, and she has done digital transformation for so many businesses. And I think she's going to give a good introduction about who she is, how she becomes successful, and I think this is going to be really helpful for everyone. in your professional career. So, as from now on, Marsilda is going to take over. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you so much. Let me just quickly share my screen. Let me know if you're able to see my PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. When I got like the news that I guess like what I had to say was going to be impacting a lot of other students, people that are in the same shoes, trying to finish college, trying to like achieve something in life, want to be successful. I really, really had the passion to come forward and help in any way. So I'm going to present basically the steps that I followed in my life that made me successful, and what does really success mean, and how success is different in everyone that actually has a goal, because we are all different. We all have different passions, different goals, so we cannot really define success in one word. I know a lot of people usually say, well, success equals money. Well, I'm going to like talk about how that's not true, and how every single one of you has the opportunity to become someone that you really dream of, and you're actually even scared. So hopefully my story will inspire you and motivate you. So stay tuned till the end, because we have a lot of exciting stuff to share. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Marsilda Bialczak. I'm the founder of Expand to Market. Expand to Market is like a digital marketing agency. We basically help entrepreneurs, companies from all over the world. We have European customers, customers from US, to basically help them not just like grow their brand, social media and sales, but also like how to come up with ideas to expand to new markets. So let's say a company in Europe is trying to expand to US and vice versa. But we also like love to help build a community and teach information for free. Like we have a YouTube channel, we have social media accounts. If it's my personal profiles, if you search Marsilda Bialczak everywhere, you should be able to find me. I don't think there's a Marsilda Bialczak in the world, thank God. So it's very easy for you to search my name and find information in any platform. But also we have a YouTube channel where we love to share trainings, and we always encourage people to comment and say, hey, what do you want to learn next? And we will provide trainings for free to you and everybody that needs to learn something. If it's like how to improve their skills, career, anything that honestly we have the power to do. So who am I? As I mentioned, I'm a digital marketing, social media, and sales coach. First of all, my main income in a way is coaching and training companies and their teams how to increase their brand, how to create content strategy that will grow a community. Because we'll talk about how important it is to grow a community nowadays, and how every single brand out there, doesn't matter if it's a startup, a small business, or a multi-million and billion company, they need a community in order to thrive. I'm also the founder, as I mentioned, of Expand to Market, but I also advise startups that are trying to grow and they're not sure the steps to take or how they can even go from A to Z. I also provide those one-on-one coachings and advising to them. And as well, I'm a mama too. That's why I was asking before, if there's anyone actually in the group that is a parent, I'd love to know. Put in the chat and say hello, and you know how many kids you have. Why do I mention the mom thing? Is because when I actually started my business last year, I was still breastfeeding. I had a small kid. I had another kid that, you know, we're trying to homeschool at home. So if I can do it, you know, with having so much stuff going on in my life, anyone can do it. So just because you're in college doesn't mean you cannot start a company tomorrow. It doesn't mean that you cannot start your career before you even finish college. So hopefully this will empower you along the way, and you know, you'll make you like better person, and hopefully learn more and more. So a little bit more about my story. For those that don't know me, I actually come from Albania. Currently, I live in US, New Hampshire, but I am from Albania. For those that don't know where Albania is from, it's a small country in Europe next to Greece, Croatia, even closer to Italy, water-wise, Kosovo, Macedonia. And it's a really poor country. It has like 3 million people. So basically, everybody kind of like knows everybody, or if they don't know everybody, they'll find other people that know other people. We, as Albanians, are very kind of like related with the Indian culture as well. We're very family oriented. Everybody loves to hustle and thrive, but there's no opportunity. When I grew up in Albania, my family was not rich. We lived in 1-bedroom apartment. Me and my brother always slept in the living room where basically the guests come over. We didn't even know what a room was, or our private room, or how to be independent, because we lived with our parents. And to be honest, I didn't really ever thought that I was poor, because we had food. And as long as we had food, for me, that was rich. We were rich until I grew up in life and I figured out, oh, I guess I was poor all my life and I never knew. So what I loved about my parents is my dad is a teacher. So he always had that teaching aspect on me to trying to learn and go to college. All my parents said is go to college. But they kind of like missed the point of why? Why college? And is college going to make me successful? Is college going to make me have more money? Or college will kind of like help me get a job? And all I learned is go to college, learn, get good grades, go to college. But nobody actually told me about what do I need to know and to do to be successful in life, or to maybe make more money? Because we all know that yes, you can get a career after college if you had good grades, but college doesn't give you the opportunity to make money, to grow yourself, to grow your skills, to do what you love and passion. College is just like information. It's just books. We can find books everywhere. So that still doesn't stop you from being someone else. So that's why I always had that question mark. Well, I'm studying, but what am I studying for? So back to, going from childhood to high school, I still didn't know much. And mind you that I went through a lot of stuff in my childhood. Thank God my family was like a healthy family, but Albania at that time, when I was only in second grade, went through a civil war. There was literally gunfires outside my window. We couldn't go to school for months. I was a kid. I mean, at that time, I kind of like was happy that we didn't have school, to be honest, so I didn't have to do homework. But there was like a lot of trouble in Albania. It was not safe. Girls were getting kidnapped every day. All I did was just go to school, come home. Go to school, come home, and maybe play below the window where my parents could see me in the building, because nobody really trusted anybody. There was guns. There was people that stole guns from the government. Like there was like a nightmare, a mess. And on top of it, Kosovo, which is also like Albanians, used to be Albania back in the day, went through a genocide. People were fleeing Kosovo and coming back to Albania as refugees. And Albania was poor by itself. My family was poor. We didn't have like rooms. We didn't have a big house. And we still tried to help everybody because that's all we knew. We knew to care for people and to help. So I really learned a lot from my parents, giving back to people. And that's kind of like, it's like a passion that I still follow. Is my passion number one is how to give back in any way. If it's money, knowledge, advice. And that's why I'm here today, guys. And that's why I'm sharing this with you. When I went to high school, I guess like my dream became from in childhood, I wanted, my success meant like being a choreographer. And you know what? I kind of achieved that. I used to be a choreographer in my high school. I would do like a lot of choreography, dances, but all I knew was that. So after I was in high school, I'm like, this is probably not going to be something that I can do for long term. You don't know if one day, you'll even be able to sell, because in Albania it was still taboo, the whole dancing thing. Even my parents never advised me to do any dancing, and I was doing it secret. So don't tell them. But when I was in high school, I'm like, you know what? I'm very passionate about learning English. I was really good in English, and I really thought like, if I know English, if I can speak fluently English, I can read, I can do anything in the world. So my goal became, I want to know everything there is to know about the American language or English, the American culture, because one day I want to go to college in America and hopefully, get a better job. But I never ever dreamed that one day I'll be here where I am today. So back to college, I tried to take opportunity of learning the language. We did American studies in my degree. It was called International Culture and Tourism, because basically when you finish this college, you could be an English teacher, a translator, interpreter, or even you just help like with Albanian tourism. And that's what I had as goal, and that's what success meant to me in college. So I did all the right things. I just studied, but in the same time, I knew I needed money. Not to make money. My only goal was to make money enough while I was studying to actually have fun, pay for nicer clothes because my parents couldn't afford me. I had a really tight budget that would give me and support me in college. Just like buy coffee when going out with my friends or tea. So that's what I used to do. I used to work part-time secretly from my parents as call center telemarketing, calling Italian customers, speaking Italian, because I learned also Italian on my own. Like I didn't go to school for Italian. I learned it on my own because I wanted to. I did a minor in Spanish. I tried to learn Spanish on my own. Like I was trying to gain as much information and make as much as connections in a way to grow further my career. Well, something happened. When I was finishing my master's degree in Albania, I actually met someone. For a couple of years, we were just best friends. We were just practicing. I was practicing English. My future husband was practicing this Albanian because he had Albanian friends. And never in the world I thought that I'll fall in love with someone that is across the country and I'll have a love distance. I actually hated the word love distance. When you see movies like even the Bollywood movies in India, you see like, oh, the Indian girl, maybe she marries an American or someone other than Indian or someone successful or the poor and the rich. I never in my life thought that that would be something that I'll get into it. So what happened is, after becoming best friends or pen friends with my current husband now, he came to visit me in Albania and everything changed from there. Even though I never in my life wanted to leave my country, leave my family, I had a career, I had a success in life, I wanted to be an interpreter, I wanted to be maybe a teacher. I fell in love and I had to quit everything. I had to leave my family and friends to follow my love and wish myself luck that, hey, I hope he's not a serial killer and I'm never going to see anybody. But I came to US for the only reason of love. When I came to US, I learned that my degree in Albania was nothing. Like nobody was recognizing my degree. It meant nothing. So I slowly realized a college degree doesn't mean anything. So right away, my second thought was, well, I need to finish another college, an American college, because I didn't have the money. My husband wasn't rich. Nobody was rich that I knew. So I'm like, okay, how can I do a college degree in America? And if you guys don't know how expensive it is, people are in debt with years and years because they've spent over 100K or 50K or even more in a college degree in Albania. And in US. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, how do I finish a college degree in less time as possible, but at the same time, because I'll be older now, I'll be probably 24, 25 when I finish degree, when everybody's already 21 that I know in the college. How can I finish a college degree that is actually going to not help me boost my career, but save money, don't be in debt. That was my number one goal, not be in debt, but also like be successful, learn more, get as much opportunity, and hopefully be somebody in life. By the way, this is my husband, and his shirt says, my wife is imported from Albania, because that's kind of like how it felt like. I also like, you kidnapped me, we went to America, I didn't want to come with you, but love makes you do crazy things. So when I came to US, everybody was telling me, well, you don't have to work, like you're married now, just like, be a stay-home mom, just like do your thing, like your husband is working, he makes okay money, you can, live by. But that wasn't enough. Like I was always questioning myself, like I don't want to rely on anyone. I don't know if I'll be married in 10 years. I don't know if I'll be maybe alive in 5 years. I don't know if my husband will be alive. I never want to rely. I wanted to be my own thing, grow my own career, be somebody and have something on my own that I can be passionate about, that, hey, I built this. So right away, I went to college, UConn. I don't know if anyone has heard Huskies, like they're very famous here in US, the basketball team. But UConn is actually one of the probably number 18 top university in US, and is in Connecticut. I went to Source Campus, and it was pretty pricey, you guys. So I'm like, okay, how can I make money, go to college, basically make money to pay for my college, but also like, don't be in debt. I didn't want to be in debt because I knew people that were years and years after college that were still in debt because it's so expensive. Debt keeps going up and up. It's not like buying a house. So what I did, I thought, well, I'm not going to stay in college. I'm going to try to finish the 4-year degrees in 3 years. I'm going to try to have 3 years experience. I know it's crazy because I knew that all the job offers I was looking online, all the positions, which is crazy, they say you have to have 2 or 3 years experience. You never usually find a job offer online that says, hey, it doesn't matter if you have experience, we'll hire you. And that's why I realized that college is not enough. Just because you have a good grade or a good GPA or you have a good college degree is not enough, guys. You need to go out of your comfort zone and do other things. So how I finished a 4-year degree in 3 years. One thing I did is try to take every opportunity to get as much classes as possible. So I did summer classes, winter classes. If there was a maximum class that you can take, I would do 8 classes a semester because A was cheaper, so I could finish early and not being dead. But B, like, I was like just committed to finish early because the earlier I'll finish college, the earlier I'll make money or get a job, and also spend less money because the more I would stay in college, it's more and more expensive because you pay tuition for things that even though you don't use, you still have to pay as a tuition. I remember I was used to pay like $7,000 a semester, and it was crazy. And that was because I wasn't staying. If I stayed in campus and eat there and do all the things that they usually do in a campus in university in America, I'll pay probably even like 12 or 15, even more $1,000 a semester. So basically a year will be even $50,000. I had people that came from China, from Europe, from India to study in this university, and they would pay like crazy money. I'm like, where do these people get the money? It was all debt. I didn't want to be in debt. So how did I gain 3 years of work experience while in college? And hopefully this gives you some ideas. I don't know how it's in India, but in US, there's all kinds of organizations. So I'm like, okay, I want to be part of organizations, but I want to be on something that is my degree. My degree was business marketing. I wanted to do marketing because I started being more passionate. And my success in life, like woman's success, was not anymore English teacher. That was not enough for me. That was not challenging enough for me. I have nothing against English teachers or interpreters, but it just was not challenging for me. I wanted something that I can build. And I know with English teaching or something more like stable, there's so much you can do with it. I wanted to build something of myself and my career. So I went for marketing business, and I knew with marketing or business, you can get anything. You can go in so many branches, finance and accounting. It just gives you more opportunity. And, it was hard. I'm Albanian. English is not my first language. It was hard. Sometimes I used to memorize things because I just didn't know the meaning of a word. My English vocabulary, even though I finished with good grades from, Albania with American studies, my degree was in English, it was still not enough. But I studied hard. I tried to practice, join communities. I was part of 2 organizations. One was the marketing club, one was the Albanian Student Association, and I was a marketing coordinator. I used to organize events, organize clubs, fundraise, and that was experience, you guys. You can do this while in college. I started a blog. I was promoting my blog through social media, so then I can show, well, I was also a blogger for 3 years, and this is how I grew my blog. Like, I needed to show other employees or employers that college was one thing, but here's all the other things that I did. Because I'm telling you guys, to this day, in every single interview I've been in, no one has asked me, what was your GPA? Or what did you learn in college? Everybody asked me about my experience, and that's very important. I know you're all in college right now, and you're just focusing on studying, but sorry to break you, it's not enough. You can study. Maybe you won't get an A or 10 or whatever you guys have the grades, but you can still maybe get a B. But with the time left that you have, because you didn't study as hard, actually do something of your own. Whatever your passion is, which I would love to know, what you guys want to be in life. Chat on the chat box. Let's see some comments over there. What do you guys want to be in life? Whatever you want to be in life, start doing it early. Don't wait to finish college and then get a job and then learn something and then be something. Do it now. There's never a better time than now. So that's what I did. On top of it, I was even working in a pizza restaurant. I was cleaning, doing pizza, selling, waitress, because I also needed money. I did internships. And you know what? I did an internship that not only was paid, I could work flexible hours. It wasn't my field, it was marketing. But also, I was able to ask questions to my college. Can I accredit this and make this so I don't have to take 2 other classes? Because it was something that I was learning in the field. And that's how I saved more money in classes. I did volunteering to have more experience on top of my internship, because my internship didn't last for 3 years. It lasted for, I think it was a year and a half. I did another volunteering job, again, in my field. How did I find the volunteering? I networked with business owners that had companies. You're going to say, well, I'm a college student. Nobody cares about me. You're wrong. You know how many people I would contact on LinkedIn and just introduce myself and be like, hey, I'm so passionate about marketing. And I see you are a marketing manager. I want to be you one day. And I would love to know if you can jump on a 10 minutes call with me to give me some advice. People love to teach. People love to be mentors. So if you find the right people, and I have been a mentor for so many people and so many companies, so many entrepreneurs, so many students, if you find those people, they'll help you. They'll be like, you know what? I actually have a role next semester for an intern. You know what? I'm going to open a role just for you. If you want to volunteer and learn, I'll open it. And once you get in the company and you learn, they're going to hire you and then I actually pay you money. So that's how, when I finished college, I used all the resources the college had. We had a career center. I would learn how to be better in interviews, how to do the best on the interviews so that I can get the job. Before finishing college, it was my last semester, I already had 3 big job offers. It was like a lot of money that people were offering me to join, if it's a developer program, to join their company. And it was just amazing. I'm like, I could do this. Here I am, coming from Albania. I finished college in 3 years, and I already had 3 experience because everybody loved. They already had 3 years of experience with blogging and marketing coordinator, internships, and this and that. And you guys can all do this. Start a Fiverr account or start building a blog. Like, have something to show people that I did something while I was in college. I didn't just read. Everybody can read. Everybody can take a test. Not everybody can actually do other things out of the usual, out of the box. That's what employers are looking for. They're looking for people that are thinkers. They're looking for people, I call them ball. What do I mean by ball? If I roll a ball, it goes on its own. Don't be a cube. If I roll a cube, it'll go maybe once and it'll stay. It needs my push. You need to be a ball and always come up with ideas how I can be a ball and think out of it. Think out of the subject, out of the class. Like, how can I be different? And go be that. It doesn't matter what it is. Someone's success might be, I want to be, I don't know, like a multimillionaire. Someone's success might be, I want to be a teacher. Someone's success might be, I want to just like work and travel. And that's it. They don't want to be rich. So don't think that your success or someone's success is the same. We are all successful if we achieve our goals. So after finishing college, I started going the corporate ladder. You know, I was working for Cisco. I was working for a reseller that works with Microsoft, HP, Dell, all the big brands. I was selling solutions to IT departments. I was doing marketing campaigns, events, trainings. And there was something missing, you guys. Like, I felt I wasn't growing enough. I felt I wasn't my full potential of the skills that I had. I didn't have time to grow my skills. And I kind of like felt stuck. I'm like, okay, I'm going the corporate ladder. I'm making more money or I'm growing the position, but I was still stuck. I wanted something more. So it just happened that when I was on maternity leave with my second daughter, she was feeling sick. And unfortunately, I had to quit. I couldn't go back to work because I didn't have the flexibility to work remote. And for some time, I was thinking, like, what do I want to do with my life? And I knew I was always passionate about marketing. I knew I wanted to start my business. My mom actually had a small shop when we grew up, but I knew she suffered so much because she was in the rain. It was not a boutique or fancy or anything. It's something that you see like in a market somewhere on a outside, like with tents or plastic. Like, that's her shop. But you know what? I was proud of her because that shop paid for my college or paid for my classes and whatever I had to do to get to where I was. So I was so proud, but I knew she suffered. It was very challenging. I just didn't have the balls to start my own business. But I had the push that I needed from my husband. He said, Marcy, you always talk about opening your own business. Like, you know what? If you don't just start and do it, you're going to regret it for the rest of your life. And I'm like, it hit me. I'm like, oh my God, he's right. What if like I continue going the corporate ladder and 10 years from now, I'll go back and be like, what if I actually go the opposite direction and I open my business? Maybe I would have been where I wanted to be. But you need to think for yourself and think like, what do you want to be in life? And it doesn't matter if it changes every year because it changed. At first, I wanted to be a choreographer. Then I wanted to be an English teacher, interpreter. Then I wanted to like be a marketing manager or maybe go up the corporate ladder or make more money. And then it changed. I wanted more and more. I wanted a community. I wanted to teach. I wanted to help others. And I couldn't do as much in corporate. Yes, I was helping others, I was helping companies, but it still wasn't my brand. It wasn't my thing that I was building. So I really want to do like a tiny experiment. I talked about the whole community and how strong is the community, how powerful is the community. So I know like we're some people here on the call today. So I want you to go to my Instagram page right now on your phone. Hopefully you're not like connected to this and you're disconnecting. Go to Marsilda Bialczak Instagram page. The last post that I have, make sure you follow me on Insta, but comment, what does success mean to you? Is it freedom? Is it flexibility? Is it money? Is it a better job? Is it providing for a family? Traveling, being able to afford traveling? What is? Go to my Instagram page right now. Sorry, I had like an alarm. And comment on that post. Now, after we finish this training, I want you guys to go back to that page and that post and start connecting with every single one that comment. This is a part of a community. In 1 second, you had, let's say, 10 followers, and now you're going to have so much more just because you followed the community. Like you were being part of a community. And that's the whole thing with that. If it's in college, if it's in company, be part of a community. Create your own community life. So, like I said, we all have successes differently. So what does actually success mean? Basically, a lot of people think success is money. Okay, I mean, money is not bad, but is it going to make you happy? No. And I know people are like, well, probably rich people are happy. No, they're not. There's people that are on antidepressant. There's people that, yes, maybe their parents were rich, they were born in the money, but they don't have passion. They don't have joy in what they're doing. Or maybe there's people that are out of luck. They became famous, or maybe they made more money, but they don't have friends. So don't assume success means money. Success nowadays is happiness. Accomplishing an aim, a purpose, or goal, or what you have. So this is what success is to me. I wanted to do in life what I love or I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about helping others, teaching, mentoring, marketing, social media. That's what I'm doing right now. Do I think I'm successful? Yes, hell I am, because I am achieving that. Success to me is being healthy, mentally, physically. We all can get distracted with work and school and family, and we forget to work out. We forget to take care of our body. You guys are so, you don't even know how important it is to take care of this and this, to make sure that you have better productivity. You're thinking, you're smarter, you're happy, you're motivated, energetic, because if you don't have all that, even the simplest goal you'll have in life, you won't be able to achieve it because you'll be tired, you'll be depressed, you'll be stressed, you'll be overwhelmed with the smallest tasks. You won't have motivation, dedication. That's why it's so important for you to spend time for you. And I try to do that every single day. It doesn't matter if I have kids. Yes, there's days that I'm overwhelmed. I might drink a glass of wine by the end of the day. But that still means I take care of my mind. But I also try to take care of my stomach, my diet. So try to make sure you guys, if you want to be successful in life, work on your mental health and your physical health. The other thing, success to me is having more freedom. What's the purpose of making money if you're still stuck of just having a similar schedule that you cannot escape from? You cannot travel, you cannot spend time with family. For me, success, and again, this is not the same for everybody, is having freedom to be with my family. If I want to work more a few months, I want to work more a few months, I'll make more money a few months. But the summer's here, kids will be home almost all day. I want to spend time with them. I want to swim in the pool. I want to go to the lake, to the beach. I want to have flexibility. I don't want to be tied to something and be like, oh my God, I'm making money, but I'm still tied. I'm stuck. So I'm achieving that. And to me, that's successful. The other thing has been my goal for so many years, and I so regretted starting a community. If you have a passion, doesn't mean if it's in your field or even just I don't know, writing poems. Start promoting that passion. You'll find other people that want the same thing. They like your poems. They build a community. Building a community is so strong because not only helps you build relationships, build connections, but you know what? You can also monetize the community. By me just helping others and teach others, yeah, I don't make money doing that. But I'm building a community that when I say hey, I have a course that I can actually teach people even more, they want to buy from me because they already have known me. They've found value in my poems. They've been relatable. They find motivation on my posts. So start building your community. Small, simple, step by step. The other thing is make more money. And we have to talk about making more money. Because like I said, if you don't have the 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever other successes mean to you, then money will mean nothing. You won't have any more motivation because you'll make the money. You'll be like, well, now what? I'm still not happy. And I did that. I made more money and I was not happy. So that's why I try to focus on my mental health, my physical health, focus on having more freedom and more control of how much I wanted to work and flexibility. If I wanted to go to Albania and work from home or a few hours here and there and see my family that I haven't seen in 1 year, I want to be able to do that for 1 month. So make more money by having the freedom, by being better, by being happy. This should be your goal. And this is what success should be to you too. But again, follow your own dreams, follow your own goals. So after, like I said, I opened my own company. I thought that nobody would buy from me. I thought that nobody would care. And very rapidly, people related with my posts, with my honest, true self, and showing the no BS behind the scenes, like showing like how entrepreneurship feels like, showing how I can still make it by having small kids at home, how I was trying to work and take calls while my daughter was taking her nap, how I was still trying to like be on news stations. I was working on my PR for free. I didn't have a PR team. I started my business with $100 because I needed $100 to pay for a business license. So if I start my business with $100, anybody can do it. And I grew it so fast, I had to double my team, double like the support. I actually had to say no to clients because I just couldn't handle it in a way. And a lot of people are like, well, why don't you grow more your team? But there's more people to manage. That was stressful. It was overwhelming. So this year, I laid back. I'm like, you know what? I want to do more coaching because that's what makes me happy. It wasn't making me happy to manage so many clients and teams at the same time. I said, I want to manage my own time, my own clients that I want to manage and like have a little bit more flexibility to how much I want to work. So I stepped back. And to me this year, that was success. Last year, I thought I was, achieving success, but I was overwhelmed. I was tired. I was stressful. Now, when I Google my name, I'm proud that people can see that I've been interviewed on different shows. I've been featured on magazines. I've been, hosted on different podcasts. So I'm already building a community. You know what's this funny part of that? This is my second year in business. I was able to achieve so much in 1 year and a half, or a little bit more than a year and a half, that I ever would have achieved in just going to college or just working at a job. You know why? Because I thought outside of the box. I took the life in control of my own hands and I tried to build something that I wanted to build. I tried to learn what I wanted to learn. I tried to follow what I thought was my dreams and goals and what I wanted to achieve in life and not what other people told me, not what the teachers or anybody. Don't get me wrong. Every experience that you take in life, if it's college, a shitty job, or like a bad, family member, whatever drama you have in life, will make you stronger. You need that to send you to the next step. So don't try to go from A to Z with one jump. It won't be like that. Success is up and down. You'll have something bad happening in your life. Everybody has that. Now it's up to you. Are you going to like cry and let your life like ruin your life, or like go to drinking and alcohol and drugs? Or are you going to control yourself again and be like, okay, how can I make this better? How can I improve myself? How I can be a better husband, a better friend, a better employee, a better my own job, a better my own skills? How can I grow my skills? And just do that every single way. Before we open the Q&A, I want to leave these 2 quotes that I stand by. And again, I don't know if I've heard this before, so if someone says like, oh, I've seen this somewhere else, this is just something that I had in my mind, and I put it in a piece of paper, and it was a quote that I actually live by every day. The one is, if you want to be successful or achieve your goal in life, it's easy. All you have to do is be consistent and make sure you're doing that every day. If it's, let's say, 10 minutes a day to learn a new skill, let's say being a programmer or learn how to build some type of software, and you have a dream, you can do it. It doesn't have to be like, oh, let me quit everything and start investing money. No, do it every day, a little bit a day, a little bit a day. Do research, learn, practice. And guess what? Not only you have a job or you are in college, but you already also earn an experience. The other thing is, if your goals in life doesn't scare you, if they're not bigger than what you feel comfortable, then you're not challenging yourself. You don't know your full potential. You know, I was scared to be on video and do YouTube videos. I was scared to do stupid, funny reels. I was scared, guys. I'm like, I'm just a mom. Like, what am I doing? People will laugh at me. My friends will laugh at me. But then I'm like, if I don't do it, if this is scaring me, I should do it so I can see what I can do next. And I did it. And so many people followed. So many people resonated. And people are like, well, you don't have 10,000 followers. Well, yeah, I just started. My Instagram is probably not even a year. It's like 8 months or 7 months old. But I have true followers and a true community that follows me, support. I get like messages, I get requests all the time to be on TV show or podcasts that I have to always sometimes cancel because there's so much time in my life that I have. Just aim for goals that scare you. And even if you don't have a doubt that you can actually achieve it, say, hey, okay, if I want to, let's say, be a millionaire, assuming that's your goal, what do I need to change in my life, in my routine? What steps should I take? Should I open my business? Should I do this? Should I do that? Start outlining them and try to make timelines. Don't say like, oh, I want to be a millionaire in 20 years. Make it closer. Make it more challenging. Because when we have a goal that, let's say I want to finish cleaning the house in 1 hour, you know what's going to happen? You're going to clean in 1 hour. But if you say, hey, I'm going to clean the house this week, you probably are not going to do anything till the last minute. So would you rather clean your house in 1 hour and then be done with the day? Or would you rather clean your house in 7 days? The same thing is with your goals. So if my goal is to build a community in 1 year, I already did it. But in my mind before, my self-conscious, I wasn't like motivated enough. I'm like, 5 years. No, I built it in 1 year. I build the credibility. I build like those relationships and those close relationships. And don't be scared to network, you guys. I offer free advice all the time. Random people that I've never met come to me for advice. And I love to help. But like me, there's other people out there. Don't be scared of asking. Ask questions. Ask for connections. Build relationships. But be professional. Don't be a spammer. Don't be like, hey, do you want my service? Do you want to buy? No. Be professional. Build a relationship. Build trust. If I don't trust you, I'm not going to buy from you. You can have the cheapest product, the best product. I'm not going to buy from you. If you are not feeling confident in the interview, I'm not going to hire you. So be your true self. Be genuine. If you don't know something, say you don't know something. But ask like, hey, I want to learn how to do something if you're in an interview, right? So just be your true self and just build genuine relationships. You'll be surprised how one relationship that you built maybe 5 years ago, but you continue to build, will open a big door for you. And maybe they'll invite you one day to be the CEO of a company or to be a CISO of a company. That's why networking is key, building relationships and just being yourself, achieving greater goals. This is kind of like my slogan for the company. It kind of like talks about how everybody can power their digital dream, but also expand to new markets or expand to new ideas. So hopefully you guys found this like motivating. I really wanted to open for a Q&A. Any question at all, like if it's something about my presentation or if it's something about my experience or career advice, like I don't know if you can unmute Sagar, sorry. Or even in the chat, they can put in the chat and I'll probably reply.
Anybody? Any questions?
Hello, Sagar. This is Uday speaking.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I have one question. No, not two questions I have. Okay, first question is how to build a lot of leads for any products or a service.
Okay. So what product or service do you had in mind?
Well, somewhat like for students management softwares or
Okay.
any e-commerce websites, somewhat like this.
Okay, so they're kind of like two different things.
Also.
Okay. So remember I talked about the community, right? So if let's say you're just promoting it, you're running an ad on a product, or it doesn't matter what it is. If nobody knows you, if you don't have some type of like social media presence, maybe testimonials or case studies, people are not going to buy from you. Doesn't matter how nice your posts look, right? So usually my customers, they need to trust you first, right? So if it's you building your own brand and promoting your products or services through your brand, through yourself, sharing value, right? The other one is creating some type of sales funnel by offering a free value. If it's a free advice, a free blog, a free report on something that will help people. Let's say if you're selling e-commerce, maybe to promote your new e-commerce company, you're offering this free product or this free guidelines, whatever it might be, to get basic emails. And then you nurture emails. You don't spam them, you nurture them. Because think about how you sign up on something. If you're subscribing on something, let's say a newsletter, if the first email you get is like, oh, buy my product, and then it's like, oh, you want to buy my product? Oh, last day to buy my product. What is going to happen? You're going to unsubscribe. So the same thing happens with leads and funnels. You have to build a way, and there's different ways, by the way, to get leads. You have the organic way by being present on social media. You don't spend a lot of money, but you spend your own time building content that is valuable content. Let's say if you're selling a product, you sell e-commerce. Let's say I'm selling this bottle, right? I can show why this bottle, how to use this bottle, maybe post something motivational by using this bottle, drinking, how water is life, and all the yada yada, right? But you don't make it about the bottle. You make it about you running with the bottle. You make it about you like being motivated. And the bottle is just there. People will be like curious, oh, well, what bottle is that, right? I'm just giving as an example. The other thing is like I'm offering, let's say, a funnel, which is a little bit more complicated. It costs money because you have to constantly run ads. Is for every person that joins the challenge, let's say like some type of fitness challenge, I'm going to give this bottle away for free. Let's say it's 10 people, but it's only limit. Now, a lot of people sign up. So you're collecting those emails, and not because they're signing up for a free bottle, but they didn't win a free bottle, right? So now you can nurture them and be like, well, here's the next challenge, here's the next challenge. And also, if you want to buy the bottle, for all the people that sign up that we were not able to give a limited time offer, yada, yada. So you make something that is like for people that have a demand, but also you make it a little bit urgent. So like this is going to end, is small quantity. When people know that that bottle will be there even after 2 years or 1 year, they don't feel the urgency, but they also have to see multiple times. Let's say you run an ad again on the people that maybe saw it but didn't click, or click but didn't buy, right? The other thing is you promoting your brand through networking and relationships. So how do you do that? If it's joining podcasts, if it's opening your own YouTube, being on other people's YouTube. People say like, well, how do I join podcasts? There's websites out there with people that have podcasts. Like everyone and their mother right now has a podcast. But you need to find the podcasts that have your target audience and try to be a guest speaker. They're not going to invite you to talk about the bottle. Like, for example, today, I'm not talking about expand to market and all the services. Do you guys know what services we have? Probably not. I'm talking about something else. But everybody here learned what expand to market is. They're probably going to be curious, learn, or search to see, okay, how is expand to market really helping companies and all that, right? So you can mention that in your intro, but still adding value. Being invited on shows, like I've been on TV shows multiple times, and a lot of people think that it's such like, oh my God, hard thing to do. It's not really a hard thing to do. All you have to do is finding out who's the presenter, finding out if they have some type of email, or maybe even sometimes I reach them on Instagram. And I say like, hey, like, I love your show. I've seen your whatever series. And I think your target audience will really value with what I have to give. And I give them something of value. If it's advice, motivational, career advice, whatever it might be. People need people that know things. People need people that want to share value. And you don't have to be successful to be accepted in the show. You can be a student. You want to share something that's happening on the Indian college that you think other people will relate and will debate or will respond. They'll accept you to be on their show. But here you are building your portfolio, building your brand already without even finishing college, right? Hopefully this answered your question. But there's like a lot of ways. It just depends on if you have the money or if you have the time and the skills, right? And your goals, like, are you trying to sell a lot at once and you have the money to do it? Then yeah, run ads, build funnels, and do that. When you do email campaigns, because I've seen there's like a culture barrier between the Indian culture and the American culture. A lot of people don't understand that Americans are very, not conservative, but like they're not as direct. Indians and Albanians the same. We're very direct. We're like, in your face. We're like, hi, I'm Marsilda Bialczak. I'm a digital marketing specialist. I offer yada, 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 yada. Do you want to buy my services? Like, people are not like that in US. People need to know you, to trust you. So you have to find ways, okay, before I even pitch anything, let me offer something. Like if it's a blog, like I thought you wanted to share this with you. I saw you're in the same industry. Maybe you might find helpful, or I thought of you, or just build connections on LinkedIn. When I build connections on LinkedIn, I never send any spammy message. I might say I'm the founder of Expand to Market, but actually I don't even say that in the messages. Actually, the way how I network on LinkedIn, the first message is like, hey, John, love networking with local entrepreneurs. Let's say I'm targeting people in New Hampshire that are business owners. I'm a new entrepreneur myself. I don't even mention my company or what I do. Hopefully we learn and support one another in any way. And I'm looking forward to learn from you. Pleasure connecting. Something simple like that. I'm not pitching. I didn't even sell them my position or my company. So he knows I'm genuinely just trying to connect. And usually it's like, oh, thank you. This has been one of the best messages I've received on LinkedIn. Then I'm commenting a couple times. And then based on the post, I'll find a way to ask questions. You make it about the audience, the target audience. Oh, what software are you guys using? I saw you mentioned this. How is that working for you? I've known you for a while. We actually are developing this software. I'd love to see if you can maybe be the judge of that. We'd love for some people to provide some feedback for us, right? So you can use that strategy and bring them on a call and hope if they like it, what they see without you even pitching, you're just asking for their feedback. They might actually be a target audience, or they'll say, you know what, we already have something like this, but if you're looking to grow, because they feel like they're a mentor, right? So you have them as a mentorship right now. I'll refer you to this other company because I think they might need it. I was talking to the CEO, yada, yada. But you to do that, you need to first develop your communication skills. And if you're very direct and straight to the point and just asking, how many messages I get in all social media platforms like, hey, I'm a graphic designer. Do you need help or do you need skills or here's my portfolio? I don't even know you. That's not how I hire people. Nobody hires people like that or services. So you have to start studying a little bit of the American culture. If that's your goal, let's say to expand to US market and just be a little bit more Americanized, let's say. Okay, how do Americans approach? Let me study the American culture, American studies. I used to do this in college. And still when I came to US, it was a completely different thing. And also you have to figure out the states. Every state in the US has a different culture, different accents and all that, different ways of expressing themselves. So hopefully that helped. I don't know if that's what you're looking for.
Well, that's a good answer, really, which I thought today. And another question is that one: how to cope up when the difficult situation arose? Suppose, if I'm there in the negative field, means how to come to the positive field. This is what I need to know from your side.
I don't think I heard it correctly. Can you say it again?
Well, how to cope up with when the difficult situation arose? Suppose if I'm there in the negative situation, how do I turn myself towards to the positive situation?
Okay. So sometimes you cannot be very pushy. So let's say, I'm not sure exactly what you had in mind, but taking what I understand from this. Let's say I have a call right now and I'm talking to a prospect. It's no, I don't need social media management. I'm just giving this example, okay? I cannot continue being pushy and be well, because he said he doesn't need social media management, right? So either he really doesn't need it because he already is doing it. B, he doesn't understand really what he needs, right? So he doesn't know what's the problem or what's the solution you're trying to provide. Because not just because someone is a business owner and owns a company doesn't mean that he understands sales, marketing, software, and everything. And I'm the same. People come to me with all kinds of stuff to sell. I don't even know what they do. And I'm what does it do? And I just don't respond. So the way how you take that is ask questions. Before you even pitch, before you even go for him to say no, ask questions how do you gain leads? Let's say if you're trying to sell social media management as a service. Ask questions how do you grow? How do you make money? What problems are you facing? Do you have departments? Do you have marketing departments? Are you trying to grow your brand? How are you growing your brand? So the more questions you ask, the more you learn about the business. And at some point he'll say something yeah, we don't have a social media presence. We don't have someone to help us with it. Or he might say yeah, we're looking for more leads. Then whatever that problem is, your solution should be related to that. Because if your solution is just oh, I just offer social media services, we'll post 3 times a week, yada, yada, then that person still is not going to relate with that. You know what I mean? So you have to figure out now that I know the problem, how do I make my conversation around that? Like, I helped this company with social media by posting certain services, by posting certain posts that led to leads or doing ads or whatever, and that grew their sales by X much. Then we help them with the sales strategy, whatever, if let's say you're selling a software, you need to first figure out their problems, okay? Ask questions so like, okay, based on their response, how you can pitch the software, right? And when you pitch the software, don't talk as much like, oh, my benefits, because again, you have to think like almost like they don't know what the hell you're talking about. Think like they're a kid and they have no idea what you're talking about. You have to make every problem you're trying to solve basically like, well, you know that we can actually do this, take it here, have more ROI or user-friendly, yada, yada. And, all of that is done custom made by our software, and then you go based on like their objections, so on. Hopefully it made sense for you. Did I answer your question? I just took like an example because I wasn't sure what you had in mind.
Yes, I had the answer.
Any other questions?
No, not from my side, nothing questions. That's it. Anyone in the group? Sagar?
Yeah, anybody? Okay.
Well, thank you so much. Oh, yes.
Yeah, Jivika, go ahead.
Is it Jivita? Did I say correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I have one question from my side.
Sure.
How to be a good entrepreneur on digital marketing?
How we can be? Sorry, I didn't hear the word. How you can be what?
How to manage a good entrepreneur on digital marketing?
If I heard it correct, because I'm hearing choppy. How to manage a good service in digital marketing? You said.
I think she's trying to tell how to become a entrepreneur or a good
on digital marketing. Is that what you said,
Yeah.
Jivita?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So because digital marketing is so broad, and a lot of people say, "Oh, I'm a digital marketing specialist," but what does it mean, right? So does it mean like you're creating websites? Does it mean you're doing social media management, content creation? So first of all, you have to find what you're good at. And going back to the community, you don't have any clients. So how do you start when you have 0 clients? Build a community, offer free value so people know that first of all, you know what you're talking about, you know how to do it. Let's say if you're doing social media management, then start by growing your account and use that as an example. Reach out to maybe smaller business owners, maybe even people that that have companies, and ask them for, hey, I'll do this for free in exchange for a testimonial, and so I can collect data and show that. Build case studies based on that, promote it as your own clients, you know what I mean, and build a portfolio. So when you're reaching out and you're building connections, don't going back to like the barrier, how everybody reaches out to someone like, hey, I offer yada, yada, yada. I don't know you, right? So go back to like building relationships, building connections, if it's Instagram, whatever your target audience is. It can be everywhere, but you can just focus on one platform and try to build connections. Maybe just jump on a call. Like, hey, I would love to offer, let's say for me, to build connections, I offer free sessions with coaching. So let's say you are trying to grow your business using social media, you're trying to grow your sales. I offer you a free strategy session. In that session, I ask you questions. I talk about me, I give you some free tips. So already the prospect knows that, oh, well, she knows what she's talking about. Because in this 30 minutes, she already gave me so many great ideas. I cannot even think how much she will help me if I hire her. And then make sure you know how to follow that sales process. So then you actually can pitch to them. Be like, okay, if you really want me to help you more, this is what I offer. So let's say for me, I might offer the coaching sessions first. And then if I figure out that, okay, they don't have the time to do coaching, they just need someone to do it for them, then I pitch my team. But I manage a team. So they don't have to know social media or digital marketing. They don't have to even talk to my team ever. They might talk to me, come up with idea, and I build everything. It was a content strategy, manage a team, finding the team, building like whatever they want to build, and just post it. They don't have to do anything, right? So you have to figure out how to promote yourself and build connections. It's all about connections. And start by volunteering. I started volunteering when I was in college, and I gained experience from that. I used it in my resumes. I didn't have to tell people that, hey, by the way, half of this internship was unpaid or half of this job is unpaid. You know what I mean? Nobody needs to know. So build your brand like you already are a brand. For example, a lot of people use I. When I started my company, it was only me. I never said I said we, my team, even though it was just me in the beginning. Then when I grew my team, it was still the same. It was I, my team. But people right away assume that I had a huge team from day one. I didn't have a team from day one. It was just me. I hired one, I hired two, and then it just doubled and so on, right? So that's kind of like, I guess, the easier way. But yeah, it doesn't become easy overnight. You have to like work. And if you're side hustling, I know a lot of people use Fiverr or Upwork, but you have to also know that these platforms are not yours. So if you did something, you can lose all your testimonials in one day. And the same thing with Instagram. I got an Instagram account deactivated. I had to start from scratch. That's why my Instagram is really new right now. And I lost all the followers. Instagram never replied to me because at the end of the day, it's not your platform, right? So that's why you have to find with other ways. Okay, maybe I'm not just on Instagram. I'll also be on Facebook. Or maybe I'll have a business account and a personal one. Just in case, for God forbid, something happens to one, you have something else, right? Let me build an email list and start offering free trainings or free webinars or maybe I'll offer some Canva templates. Let's say if you have good skills in graphic design to start with, and then I can help them also build the content around it if they want to, right? So maybe that can be a way of getting people to sign up or to give their email address. So it's all about like community building and knowing how to brand yourself, and of course networking and building relationships. Hopefully it helped.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. Sagar, I forgot to tell you, did you actually record this meeting?
Yeah. I have recorded.
All right, perfect. So I guess we can share it later for whoever wasn't able to join. We can share it on WhatsApp. And I'll share like my social media handles. Feel free to follow me, guys. If you have a business, make sure like you comment somewhere that, hey, I have a business or to know that you were in this training, so then I can follow you back. Because I don't know, like if people have personal accounts, I try to usually not follow personal accounts. But yeah, I love supporting in any way. If you have questions, feel free to message me separate on any platform. I usually am good at responding. If I don't respond, that means like I have a lot of messages that I have to get to.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining posting this webinar, and I think students have got a valuable feedback from you. And anybody has any other doubts, guys?
That was a really good session. It was really mean to me what your life as you shown in a film trailer. We need to learn from you a lot. We are looking forward it.
Yeah, so I've talked to Sagar to try to figure out, I guess, what is something you guys want to learn more or need to improve. When I'm not talking more about technicality, but more about, let's say, understanding like the American culture, the other ways to build connections and networking, right? Or how to sell something, or how to build a brand or build a community. So we probably might send an email once we're ready for probably a training. And come back to you guys and see whoever might be interested to join. But I still have to talk the details with Sagar.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you everyone.
Have a great night.